Hi, I'm Martijn, Elserman, one of the founders of Ultimaker, and I want to share some improvements we made to the Ultimaker hot end. There's a lot of speculation in the community what's the best hot end available for the Ultimaker, and yeah, we made some improvements to the hot end, and I'd like to share that with you. We think new hot end should be foolproof to assemble. So assemble it only in one way, no small differences you should know or make mistakes with. And it should be leak free. The current hot end is, you have to seal with ABS or with Teflon tape. And it's a bit of a pain, it works, but so it should be leak free right from the start. It should function without plugs, so no plugging anymore after long prints or when it's standing still for an amount of time. And it should be retrofit, so all existing users can benefit from using this hot end if they have problems. Let's show what it's made of. It's actually has two existing parts. The peak part, that's existing part, and the aluminum part. There are three new parts. First part, the nozzle, you just screw in an aluminum block. Then you take the brass part, screw it into the peak, and in turn into the aluminum part. And there's only small contact area here, so you just fasten it and there's no leaking anymore. Also, if you want to change the nozzle, you just screw out the nozzle and put in another one. It's much easier than the existing setup. And then there's the Teflon part, which prevents the plugs from forming. So Teflon is more slippery than compared to the PFA we use, and it's pressed between the wood and the peak, so there's no misaligning or tube popping out, which directly results in a failure of your print. So this way it's assembled, and then the PTFE part, the Teflon part, is inserted like this. And then you assemble the hot end. So the Teflon part is clamped between the peak and the wood. And then from this side the boundary tube is put in. And there's a clamp, the same clamp as we use on the bottom of the back of the extruder motor, which is better quality. We use it in this part too. So just put in the Teflon, the PFA tube, and in some case, if it slips a bit, that's not a real problem, because the PTFE, the Teflon, seals off the hot end of the contact area with the brass tube. So this is a cut-through image. So here you have the small contact area, which prevents the leaking. Then on this side there's a small flange, who in turn, if it might leak through the thread here, it's stopped at this point. So and then we have the Teflon part, which makes for like a transition point from the hot end, the hot part, to a cold part. So there's a transition from really hot to cold that takes place in this part. And at this side it's always cold. And then there's the PFA tube in turn that's pushed in on this side. So if there's a little gap, it's not a problem, because the PLA isn't melted here, it melts here. And here it's always, there's no gap anymore. Of course, before we introduced this, we tested it. So we tested it on 25 Ultimakers, beta testers, and we have this Ultimakers running continuously for like 4 days. They're pumping out small Ultimaker robots for sample parts for events or customers who like to have a sample part. And this is a picture I took yesterday, so now there's another 24 hours added to it. And let's see if they are running still. I hope so. I have a camera pointed at these Ultimakers. Yeah, there's some lights.
Martijn, are you publishing this IP and this URL to Google Groups as well?
No, there's a password because there are only a few people it can take, otherwise it crashes. So there are 2 machines continuously printing. It's a little bit hard to see, but they are still printing. That's the most important part. Let's see, there's another one on the right. There it is. Yeah, still printing. It's really nice because it prints the robot, and then the printer goes to the back, bumps the robot off, and then starts the process over again. So, yeah, we tested it and it works. I believe, it's a good improvement, and I hope it will work for people who have problems or new Ultimaker users who buy an Ultimaker.
Did you bring some?
Yes. Also, it's available next week. So, yeah. Okay. Questions?
How much will it cost?
Something around the same cost of the current hot end, so it's not there's not a big change. But there are some parts added because the top, bottom and the top wooden plate are also included and little coupling. So I have to see what the exact price will be, but I just want to announce it today.
Can I get it cartridge mounted?
Maybe. I have to see the cartridge. I haven't seen the cartridge yet. But we are working on new hot ends also, but I can show you some stuff. But it's all experimental and not working.
What when it can be closed off?
Sorry?
One with the needle and you can close it off so it doesn't
Should have off.
Yeah, but the new Cura and also Kiss Slicer works really good with retraction, so there are no strings anymore. It's possible to print string free on the Ultimaker with the right software. Sorry?
But not with dual extrusion, then you still get a little bit of
Yeah, maybe you have to. But that's some experiments we are doing with the right melt chamber length, because now it's a really long melt chamber, which has all the plastic melted, which isn't needed. So we're doing tests to see how short the melt chamber can be. So you just retract, get some plastics out, and print another color without dripping of the first printhead. Yes?
So you showed that there was between the hot aluminum block
Yeah?
and the bake there is a little space, right? And so here, right? The heating block and no down. There's a little space upstairs, like void there.
Yeah. This is also currently the peak is attached against aluminum.
So my question is, you pointed out that this is the hot zone, this is the warm, this is cold.
Yeah.
you think it, or did you measure it or observe it that it's really cold out there? Or is it speculation, or is it?
No, of course not. Currently, sometimes if you just heat the current Ultimaker to 60 degrees and let it stand for an hour, there's a good chance heat will call up to this point where the PFA tube is, and the PLA will melt inside the tube. And then you start extruding, and it expands and it locks. That's the plug, you know. So this prevents heat traveling up. What we noticed is the aluminum plate gets really hot in the current setup, but with this setup it's cooled. It just works as a cooling element for the last part, to get the heat off the peak. And here it's cold enough to you can just let it stand for an hour at 260 and then start printing again. So
I think the question was, did you measure temperature profiles, infrared or with thermocouples, or just made a qualitative assumption? Thermocouples. Okay. So you know the temperature distribution from bottom to top.
yeah, at this point it should be hot enough to just melt. If it's not melted here, it sticks against on the beginning of the brass part, and then cannot even shoot. It's about 200 degrees here, 180, 190, but hot enough to melt and get it going without sticking.
The distance is also pretty delicate, because if we use like stainless steel, it gets hot enough, and then you still have the problem to bring it down. So it's not just a lucky guess on the picture.
If you use stainless steel for this part, we tested it. It cools, the heat transition is really bad in stainless steel. It stops you. You just put it in, push it in, and it locks right away because it's too cold. And it should be shortened to this point for melting when entering the metal box. Yeah.
The folklore is that you drew or designed the Ultimaker in Illustrator.
Yes, that's right.
I'm seeing a 3D sketch or see.
This is an illustrated picture. At least that's how I make it in Illustrator.
Did you change from Illustrator? Did you move to a 3D program, or?
I designed the Ultimaker in Rhino in combination with Illustrator, because it's easier to adjust the lines for laser cutting in Illustrator. But yeah, if you're drawing 3D forms, 3D shapes, it's better to do it in a 3D program. So this is I don't know, this is SolidWorks or some drawing. Yeah.
Okay. So it's Rhino or SolidWorks or both?
This is SolidWorks. Yeah, but the first initial drawings for the Ultimaker I made in combination with Rhino and Illustrator. Yeah.
Well, the muzzle is easier to exchange now. Will you be selling different muzzles, like 0.8 or 0.6?
Maybe, but like this is 0.4 millimeter size. It's a good mid-size to get the right, have a good.
I would have interest in smaller and bigger muzzles. Both.
Yeah, maybe at some point, but we have to make profiles for these too, and at the moment we want to have good profiles for the stock setup, so people buy stuff and they have good results with it. And when we have Cura working with the profiles and the Mac version and this setup, of course we will get the different nozzle sizes.
Let's go to the Mac version.
Okay, the Mac version.
Is that a curse?
doesn't really matter if you use different profiles for different muscle sizes. I use the same profile for the 0.8 muscle. I can run it on the 0.4 machines there as well.
Yeah,
But
probably
it's lower.
Yeah, we will sell
the
probably
same.
different nozzle sizes, but yeah, we have to start somewhere. But it's easier to exchange this one compared to the old one.
You should
Yeah.
create an extra shop next to the official shop.
Unofficial, yeah.
If you dare.
Martijn, some people want to have a dual extruder now, and now it's a new hot end. How is that working? Because the dual extruder set, will it contain these kind of hot ends, so the new ones or the old ones? Or
No, only the new ones.
but okay.
So that part, yeah, we can sell it, but it's not. We have to find some good places for the fan, because now it's the fan blows from one side, but with two nozzles, you have to actually have two fans or a good mechanism or funnel to turn the air around. So that's something, yeah, we have to design, or maybe somebody has to come up with it.
The fan is now on the left side, as far as I know.
Yeah,
You can put your extruders behind each other instead of near each other.
that's right. Yeah.
And that's what I have my machine standing right there. But it's still causing problems because the heater blocks need to be in direction of the fan. So normally you put the fan as far away from the heater block as possible, you rotate. If you put two heater blocks next to each other, you have to rotate by 90 degrees, and they're only very close.
Yeah, probably we have to extend the wooden plate a little bit, so the fan comes out a little bit to the right, and then adjust the fan shroud, so yeah, all fits together nicely.
I heard you can use the crayon on.
Yeah.
That was just an idea. I'm still playing
We
with
should
it.
test it. But
Any other questions?
Is it applicable to all versions of previous versions of Ultimaker, or
as far maybe the very first workshop version, I'm not sure, because that one we didn't have this hot end. It was with the nichrome wire still.
No. I think the very first workshop versions, that's really version 1, they didn't have the aluminum plate.
No.
And then you have a problem. But if you buy the set, you get the plate as well. So yes, it's backwards compatible then.
Yeah, I have to see. I'm not sure. I have to see. I didn't test it on that one.
I didn't mount a aluminum plate. I built a new head. And this works.
Okay. Then it works. Yes, sure.
Come over.
Colleagues and also Alexander.
Okay, I didn't know this was an announcement. I want to, David is coming to work with us
For those that don't know me, I created Cura like a few months ago, and well, Ultimaker was very excited about it, but well, it's not complete, so they cannot say, well, this is our software. So we were having talks a month ago or something, and we decided, or they decided, that they can hire me. So next month I will start at Ultimaker, and
build some really nice software.
yeah, I hope to produce some really nice software.
And Alexander, if you please step forward.
Hello, my name is Alexander. I'm going to start from the 1st of September, and I'm already getting to know the company. I'm going to be the community manager, so I'll be the one that's behind the camera next time.
Thanks to eat.
No, it's me.
Telling us you want to be Eric?
No, on his position, like physically, not anything else.
Okay, thank you very much. You can Please have a seat again.